Brought to you by
Envy, the power of French perfume.
Nice perfume. Nice perfume.
Envy, the power of French perfume.
Union weather. What are you expecting from the pitch?
Don't really know, to be honest. Have to wait and see. I think, it's been. I don't know. First 3 wickets sort of haven't necessarily played the way that we thought they were going to, but just wait and see if the Manchester rain manages to hold off. We'll see.
Dave, and then Joe, and then we'll go with.
Patrick mentioned obviously bowled 44 overs last week, including a 9-over spell and then a 10-over spell on the final day. I was just wondering, do you get enjoyment out of those spells when you're doing them, and is it a sign that you have full trust in your body again?
I don't think enjoyment's the right word. It was one of those day 5, got nothing else to do for a while after that, and there was a Test match win there for us to try and win, I just felt really good, and even though I only got sort of 2 wickets throughout the day, I just felt like I was threatening. My rhythm felt really good. Everything felt just sort of easy. As a bowler, sometimes when you get into those rhythms, you just feel like you're just going through the motions, and you feel like you're sort of just warming up, if that makes sense. But everything's just coming out really well, and I consistently felt threatening in those spells. Hence why I kept on going. Enjoyment, probably not the right word, but just wanted to win the game for my team.
Is it a positive sign, though, that you can be able to do these things after so many frustrating injury setbacks?
Yeah, I think it is a good sign for me personally. Obviously, I feel like I've been relatively sensible with my loads so far in terms of breaking up, my overs throughout our fielding innings. But as I said, it got to that day 5, and I was going to leave everything out there, it could have worked out differently. I might have bowled 3 or 4 spells throughout the day, but as I said, those 2 spells when I was bowling, everything felt really good, hence why I kept on going. But it is obviously a positive thing for me, knowing that all the hard work that I did do before the series and getting my body robust and putting myself in a good position physically, being able to bowl those spells and feel really good throughout them was a good positive sign for my body.
Joe, and then we'll go to Will.
Hi Ben. Joe Root is 120 runs away from becoming the second leading run scorer in Test history, so really just a word on him and the incredible achievement.
Sometimes like with those, less is more, maybe. I don't think I need to say anything else except he's just the absolute GOAT.
Will, and then Stefan.
Our Lord, you got pinged on the over 8 again. I wonder whether how you felt about that. Are you thinking about it as a team needing to speed up, and then you signing the form for the ICC at the moment?
I'm not signing the form, no. Look, I can understand it from an external point of view around the overs, I really do. But it's a very tough thing to do when I feel there's more to it than just getting round, getting told, just quicken up, get through your overs. There's a lot that actually goes out on the field. You got fast bowlers, bending their back consistently. So throughout the course of a game, the time of overs is going to come down because you've just got tired bodies. Played 5 days. That was our 15th day of cricket. We obviously had an injury to Bash spinner, so we couldn't turn to our spinner as much as we would have liked to on day 5. So we had to, throw seam at them for pretty much the whole day. So that's obviously going to slow things down. And there is periods in the game where you do try and just slow everything down, just to, more tactically, if anything like that. So over 8 isn't something that I worry about. But that's not saying that I purposely slow things down. I do understand the frustration around it, but I honestly think there needs to be a real hard look at how it's structured. You can't have the same rules in Asia where spin is bowling 70% of the overs to have the same laws in New Zealand, Australia, England, where it's going to be 70-80% of seam bowled, because the spinner's over takes less time than the seamer's over. So common sense would think that you should look at maybe changing how the over rates are timed in different continents. But yeah, I think as well, like the over rates obviously have gone down over the course of quite a few years now. But I wonder if scoring rates have got anything to do with that as well. Balls getting hit to the boundary more often, it's obviously going to take a lot longer. So I think there's just so much that influences how your over rates can be affected, that it can't just be as simple as this is a time, this is what you need to do, because you want to keep the quality of cricket as high as you possibly can. And there is times in games where there isn't a game on the line where you will just throw the ball to a spinner to get your overs round, but then that's just you're playing an international game where you're just trying to get your over rate back. I don't think people want to come and watch that.
ये है इंडिया और इंग्लैंड का महामुकाबला। लाइव मैचेस तो आप देख लेंगे, मगर खेल के पीछे टीमों की स्ट्रैटेजी, टीमों की चाल और फिर आपके सवाल, ये सब होंगे स्पोर्ट्स तक। तो अभी तक अगर आपने स्पोर्ट्स तक तो सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो फटाफट सब्सक्राइब भी कर लीजिए और नोटिफिकेशन की घंटी भी बजा डालिए।